Hi, I got quite many requests that I should read something from my books in English. And that's of course something that makes me happy to hear. So today I will read a little part from my book Amongst Mystics and Magicians in Stockholm, translated by Mikael Idahall. In this book, I described how Dragonovish and the Draconian Current came to me, and it's the first part of my trilogy about my personal magical work. I will read when I entered into the cave of Lilith in one of my astral travels. Lepaka Lilith, I cried repeatedly. The black iron gate opened up and revealed a great cave hall. In the middle of the hall there was a lake whose surface mirrored the sparkling stones and the veins of gold that gave off a faint glow of the black rock wall. At the far end of the hall, on the other side of the lake, sat a beautiful woman on a throne of silver. She wore a strange silver crown with tines reminiscent of the spires of Gothic cathedrals. At her feet lay two black panthers. It appeared to me that she had wings. Could it be Lilith? I knew from the books that Lilith was usually linked to owls, and I wondered if it was a black owl wings that she wore. With the exception of the necklace, she was naked, but her body was covered in part by a pair of huge snakes that curled protectively around her. She was still, and I felt the reverence and awe. I bowed. With a barely perceptible nod, she answered my greetings, and slowly, almost mechanically, she raised her right arm and made a pointing gesture toward the center of the lake. A flash of electricity from her fingers struck the water. The water crackled, and the panthers observed the whole thing with interest. Suddenly, the lake was filled with purple light. It was closed at first, but opened up when it surfaced. The entire hall reflected its light, and from the lotus 4 cobras coiled forth and stood up with their hoods expanded and heads pointing outwards in the cardinal directions. Behind their back, a fire rose up from the lotus. It hovered in the air and gave off a faint singing sound. Someone handed me a rod. I looked around but saw no one close by. I could discern outlines of shadowy female figures far away in the hall, but they were at such a distance that they could hardly have given me the rod. I was not even sure if they were autonomous characters or merely the result of a dreamlike shadow play that grew out of the darkness and the dim light of the hall. Ignite it, the woman on the throne commanded with words that never passed her lips but was heard directly in my head. According to my understanding of perspective, the flames hovering above the water lily was at least 30 meters away. Here, however, the laws of space were different kind, and I could reach the fire by stretching out the rod. I held it in the center of the flame, and the snakes were completely still, but I could see their tongues moving. The rod started to burn, and I raised it above my head and exclaimed, Dracon Omegas. It was from the chapter in the Cave of Lilith from my book Amongst Mystics and Magicians in Stockholm. The next chapter in the book is called The Fractal Dragon and is perhaps something I will share with you later. Until then, I wish all my friends around the world a nice day.